Today I'm at the Affordable Art Fair, Battersea, London. Let's go inside and see what affordable art looks like these days. I think there's a price limit of about £8,000. Let's go and find and see if we can find the piece we would take home with us. So here we are, wandering through the Affordable Art Fair 2023, the Battersea edition. And yeah, we'll have a little glimpse out the front here. I love art fairs, you always get to see so many things. You've got all sorts of other things, like you've got all sorts, like sort of giant engine painting, an elephant, thickly painted flowers. I like this sort of crazy abstract, quite nice, loosely painted that. 4,500 that is. So this is the Affordable Art Fair. Now, certainly in the past, that meant it went up to £6,000 limit. I'm assuming that limit has now gone up to, I don't know, maybe £8,000. So we'll try and check that info as we wander around. So let me try and have a little look at this map, work out just how many galleries there are here. And then we'll have a little stroll around. So here you go, here you can see a map of it. I think there must be, what, A to Z by gallery name. Well, I'd say 50, 60 galleries here. And you have got everything from paintings to prints. Let's just have a little stroll. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start on right down this end here, and we'll try and work our way up and down every alleyway. Now I'll try and stroll along reasonably slowly so you can get a sense of what's here. As ever. Oh, look at these things with sort of crazy waves to them. I'll work out how they're made. Etching. There's an etching on Wagami Kozo natural paper. Never heard of that. That sounds really cool. Quite nice, nice. Got a sort of weird sort of meteorological vibe to them. We're strolling on down here. Let's see what happens as we keep going on. Oops. Right, everybody. So I'm at Gina Cross Art and Design, and I'm here with one of the artists. So please introduce yourself. Tell me about what you've got up to.
Hi there. My name's Pear, and I'm a printmaker. I work from 2 studios in Croydon and another one in Brixton. And my subject matter is working with plants, with flora and fauna, but quite a lot of sea corals that I find in Antigua, and that's where I work for big chunks of the year.
Oh right, so you actually spend a part of the time in Antigua collecting these amazing sea corals.
I know. It's not a bad job to have, especially at the moment while it's so cold.
Yeah, oh god, it's awful today, isn't it?
Now.
Exactly.
But
so,
anyway,
so go on, tell me. I mean, they're quite big. Why not stand over there by your sea corals for a moment, and we can see, because they're quite actually quite large, some of these pieces.
Yeah.
And you were telling me just now, some of these are woodcuts, are they?
Yes, they're all predominantly woodcuts. So I screen print the background colours first, and then the woodcuts are overlaid on top, maybe with 2 or 3 different colours.
Okay.
So you get this nice sort of, I don't know if you could see that kind of iridescent.
Yeah, no, I can certainly see, yeah, but if you viewers out there, if you can't see it, there is a lovely sort of iridescent, actually if you're on the sideways, you can see that iridescent kind of vibe to it.
With screen printed, so it's all water-based ink, so it's quite a matte surface.
Okay.
And then the oil-based inks that I do with the on top with the woodcuts, they give this lovely play between the oil and the water-based inks.
Oh, so has the sheen come from that play between the oil and the water?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
With oil-based inks, if I add some dryers to it, it gives this iridescent glow.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice play. You see the different surfaces and you can read the information differently. But with some of them, like with this one here, I've overlapped 2 different woodcuts.
Okay.
So you've got the blue silkscreen first, and then you've got 2 different woodcuts.
Oh yes, I can see.
It just means you get that lovely corally detail.
Yeah.
all those kind of intricate lattice work you get.
So is this the actual size of the pieces you would find out there?
Yeah.
It is.
Every piece of coral that I collect, I make a cyanotype, which is a blueprint from, and that's how I get the really graphic image to start with.
Oh, so cool. So just tell me, you were just telling me about the cyanotypes actually, just a moment ago.
Yeah.
So what is a cyanotype?
A cyanotype is a print made using natural sunlight.
Okay.
And obviously, when you're using the natural sunlight in somewhere like the Caribbean, I'm working in Antigua a lot of the time. The sun is the islands are so close to the equator that the sunlight, the UV light, is almost directly overhead.
Yeah.
So it's only 13 degrees from the equator, so you get these really lovely sharp shadows.
Oh man, of course. And so you make really crisp, beautiful cyanotypes out there.
I mean these ones here.
Oh, those yours as well.
Yeah.
So
these are cyanotypes that have been made using the tropical plants that I find in the rainforest. So these are heliconia and ferns, and there's more heliconia and ferns down here.
So those are the original cyanotypes, aren't
Yes,
they?
yeah.
So they're literally what you've created with light hitting the
paper, and then what I do is I use the plants and overlap them, and then I move them in different periods of time.
So you can re-expose it, as it were.
Well, you only get one shot at it. You don't really know how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can just use different timings, move the plants out of the way, do a second exposure, a third, take them in and out of the sun, but you don't really know what you're going to get until you wash them out with water.
Oh, I hadn't realised. So they're not kind of
They're a contact print, really.
Yeah.
So every single one's a one-off.
Yeah.
So it does. You really. I mean, part of the beauty of using that process is you don't know what you're going to get till it's washed out.
That sounds really exciting, actually.
But with these sea fans, they've got such beautiful detail in them.
Yeah.
You can see each one is different. You can get very, very sharp. You can get very sharp shadows. So this would have been made from an original cyanotype.
Okay.
And it's the only way, and each one is exactly the same size as the actual coral.
Yeah, that's
so they haven't been enlarged at all.
Yeah.
And you just get, obviously different detail from different sea fans.
Yeah, that's really clever. They're really beautiful. I mean, they've got lovely colours. I love these.
Yeah, I mean, what is quite nice when people go through the boxes, it just generates quite a few nice conversations about.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
Combinations of colours and what marries well with something else. It was a bit like play your cards right. People are sort of holding up two or three, and they all live quite harmoniously together.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of fun actually, just watching people's reactions to the different colour combinations.
No, I bet it is. And do you have any feelings for colours yourself? Is there any?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have. I have a few favourites, but they'll take me a while to find in the boxes. But it's quite nice people finding their own favourites. There's something for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. It was lovely to chat. It's really good fun.
Nice to talk to you too. Thank you.
Just bumped into another artist at Gina Cross Art and Design. Tell me your name.
Okay, I'm Christine Wilkinson, and I work with photography.
Right. So we were just looking at these. These are actually amazing photographs. And actually, when you look at them here in real life, they actually look like they've got texture. Like they actually look like they're painted, or they look. I don't know, they're quite extraordinary.
Yeah, I actually work with pixels, so they start off as an analogue photograph on my old Canon camera.
Oh, man.
Very old. And then I digitise them and work with them over a period of years. So I gradually abstract them until I'm just working with pixels.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of using pixels as almost like paint, really.
Oh, pixels as paint. What a lovely phrase.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so the idea really was to disintegrate the original image, so that rather than going to extreme sharpness, I was going in the other direction.
Oh,
so
very nice. Extreme destruction, as it were.
Yes, exactly.
So what were these images in the beginning? Do you remember?
It doesn't really matter what the original
it doesn't
was.
matter.
I think these started off as a photograph of bubble wrap.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And then I'd probably just use a tiny fraction of the image, and then so long as I got pixels to work with, I'd got the raw material.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool. So I love the colour. Do you have any sort of specific colours you like to use, or?
Well,
things you like to play with? And these are yours as well, aren't
Yeah, these are. So
Oh, these are.
I was trying
Are
a
these
different.
prints as well? Because
Yeah,
what are they
but I was
mounted
trying
on?
a different process with these. These
Yeah.
are UV prints on aluminium. So
Oh, right.
because
That's interesting.
with these, I always felt that the glass was kind of disrupting the view.
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Very
And so
interesting.
I tried doing them on something that didn't need glass to protect it. So I'm just
interesting.
trying these out to see how they work, really.
Interesting. Which do you prefer, the glass or without the glass?
Oh, well, I prefer them on paper, actually.
You prefer them on
So
paper?
This is on photo rag paper, so
Yeah.
it gives it that texture.
Gives it that texture.
Yeah, and so we'll see how these go.
That's really interesting, actually. You know what? In a way, I actually, although the glass has that irritation of glare and stuff, doesn't it? But at the
Yeah.
same time, in some weird way, it gives them a glossy finish.
I think it gives them more something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I
It's
don't know
really
what.
interesting, actually.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Well, I've loved chatting. It's really nice.
Okay.
Really nice to talk.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Okay, so we are strolling down row A, and let's see what we've got here. Barker Gallery, Eaton, UK. Quite sort of abstract, silver kind of things. More like paintings on the side. AA London Gallery, buses, seascapes. Oh, look at these big, crazy sort of circles. I always find it interesting wandering through the affordable art fair. Always cake art, sorry. I always find it interesting as I'm always intrigued what is the difference between this and frieze. And frieze is obviously another. You can just add 5 zeros onto everything there. And is the art really different, or is it just being placed in a different venue? Artfully sorted, got some. I wonder if there's a theme. Here we go, degree art. That's interesting. Yeah, degree art. Big painted faces. I've seen those before. They're kind of fun, aren't they? Rupchi Art Contemporary Soul. Interesting, come all the way from Seoul. It's kind of cool. Kind of funky little abstract. It's quite funky, I mean colourful, quite enjoyable. Look like they're scratched into and worked out, which is quite nice. Butterflies. Somebody there by. What's that? Oh yeah, Danny Bradford. You see a butterfly, you can never tell if it's like a Damien Hirst thing. The other side, what have you got? Colour box, Otley, Yorkshire, more sort of representational kind of pieces here. Main gallery, careful pictures of squash. Barnes collectors, South Africa. Interesting, you've got quite a lot of people from abroad. Look at these sort of little. So much of these like abstracts. These are $4.99. I do find the pricing of art an absolutely fascinating thing. $4.99 is not much for a piece of art. It may seem quite a lot to buy, but for the artists themselves, that is going to be, say they get half of that, which is probably about right, 250. That is not a lot to live on unless you're selling a dramatic amount of those. These are always quite cool. These are prints, I'm assuming. Original C-type Fujicolor Crystal Archive photographic print. As you can see, they're like records lined up. And they're good, aren't they? I mean, they work on an abstract level in that you've got that kind of, lines, and then you've also got, in a way, you've got quite a nice kind of, texture of all the disintegrating record covers themselves. And then, of course, people just love reading what's on them. Moving on. I don't know if there is a certain actual kind of style of art you would find here. It's all quite different in general. This is from Somerset. These are like sort of, what would you say? prints, 850 of a sort of control room. Oh, that control room is a Battersea power station. Let's just go and show you what it looks like in there. More of those record albums lined up on top of each other. Camden Fine Art is from France, this one. We've got these prints and paintings. Got sort of Raoul Dufy kind of relaxed vibe to them, I guess you would say. Over here, big sort of Battersea power station. Everybody's going mad for Battersea power stations there. Oh, you've got these lollipops. I've seen these before. Quite funky little lollipops with pills inside, slightly dark. £2,000 for these lollipops with pills in them. You've got these big, heavily encrusted, and if you do, forward if you don't, sort of heavily, once again with pills, heavily encrusted pill shadow. Pictures, and you've got loads of these little lollipops down here, 150 each. Look at that. Funky, they're quite cool. Take it home, see crazy sculpture. A bit of abstract, a bit of representational. As we mooch on down here. Oh, you've got more sort of monkeys, Clarendon Fine Art. These are, Mr. Brainwash. Strong on, things of trees. It's got a very, very varied thing with the affordable art fair, but in some ways it's really different to Freeze Island. You've got a very varied collection of stuff there. Oh, these are more like Aboriginal. I find them quite attractive, those sort of dots. They're quite, I suppose, yeah, visually I like it if you can pin yourself to something visually. So let's think, which is the one I would buy? If there was one thing I was going to buy and I had budget, shall we say, unlimited budget, 4,000, let's say I've got, let's just choose whatever I like most, unlimited budget. Right, we'll roam on down Sea Isle now. I say the only thing I find a bit confusing is the stands have got quite different stuff. You can move from prints to abstracts to sort of more sculptural elements. These are what? These is from Canada, this guy. Quite interesting. Quite fun, these things. Built with these, what, like marbles, I suppose. And you got more abstracts. Interesting. You've got big, sort of colourful pieces. It's got a lot more galleries from abroad than I remember. This one's from London. I like that little sculpture that goes with those pictures. And we've got more pictures over here. And down here. Quite bothered by that music in the background because that could cause a demonetisation disaster. So I'm going to stop recording for a moment. Here we are, still strolling on down aisle C and D. We've got some nice, bright, these must be screen prints, I'm assuming. Quite fun, quite like that. How much is that? 6,200. Oh, watercolour. Acrylic with pure pigment. Quite fun. Quite like those, nice and bright. 6,000. We've got more sort of slightly abstracted representational, like this figure here. There's this sort of enjoyment for these things. 3,300. Some more different things from Bristol. This one's from Barcelona. And you've got a big kind of abstract thing here. I'd say it has a bit of a sort of Tracy Ullman vibe to it. How much is that? 5,000? Oh yeah, nice sort of, nice animals. I suppose people do like animals. I suppose it's difficult always to try and sum up these fairs. I suppose, is the affordable art fair more the kind of thing people looking at home to not decorate a house, it's not quite the right phrase, but to have they kind of enjoy looking at it? Does that, ironically, make it better than art fairs where it's more, truly art? Although a lot of people would say Frieze is just wall furniture as much as any other art fair. A tree changes colour as you walk past. That's quite cool. I like that. I quite like. I like those sort of prints of mountains. They're fun. It's freaky. Found textile reworked with wood. It's weird. They actually what? Work out which is reworked and which isn't. Intriguing thing. Got a few sculpture bits. At 3,500. You got these are sort of like acrylic spray bomb on oil can. They're quite funky actually. I quite like the mixture of the oil can and my picture. Quite nice. These little sculptural globes. And these are quite fun, these little books. It reminds me of those little things you could do as a kid where you make a play with these little what would you call it? With those, you can make like little stages and you can build a play. Loads of little pictures there. Animals. Is that a pug? Almost a pug. And a dog. With a Mick Jagger kind of tongue made out of little bits of compressed paper cubes. Interesting. 5,500. Oh, you've got a very blue creature there. There we go. 7,000 for the blue creature. Resin and Klein blue. Who actually buy a Klein blue? No idea. So mosey on down here. Music is bothering me. So you got a nice little bar section over here. You can chill out and have your drinks while you choose what to buy. Over here you got a little wolf. Oh, look at that big monkey. Look at that big monkey face. That's fun. What's the big monkey made out of? Hello monkey. You are 4,000. Very agreeable. The monkey. That is recycled card and paper. I'm actually enjoying this affordable art fair more than I have done in years. I'd say it's got a slightly better collection of work than usual. Quite nice, just sort of crisp, straightforward, colourful things. Some of it's quite intriguing and entertaining. And it's got such a weird contrast. So the weirdest thing about the affordable art fair is you swing from one thing to another so quickly. One minute you got some abstract, sort of crisp stuff, and the next minute you got straightforward pictures of like London. 475, they're really not very expensive. This is back when I was chatting to people earlier. It's just chatting, trying to work out what the price limit is. I still can't work it out. I think it could be 6,000. I'm sure I will discover it from someone at some point. London, more sort of abstracted landscape. So I got like a bit of painting. Nicely. I always like it when you can see the paint. It makes it more fun for me. 1,100. That's incredibly reasonably priced. I mean, it's not cheap, but I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it? How much you'd actually need to sell to make a living. Well, that's like some Fred Kooming painting, but do not buy Fred Kooming. That is 2,500. I mean, that is amazingly a big painting. Huge amount of money. You've got Bad Bunnies. I can never tell. Do people love these Bad Bunny things? Well, they 1,750. Yeah, a lot of dogs here, which is rather nice. I wish I brought Jeffrey now. I should have brought Jeffrey. Oh man, I should have brought him along. He loved it. What a fool. Jeffrey, travel dog, should have come along to this outing. Right. Oh yeah, I've seen these. It's quite fun. That big, is that a photograph? Photograph. How much is that? Oh, it's 7,400 plus 5% VAT. So you clearly can go over 6,000. More photos. I don't know. How much would you pay for a photo? 4,400. Edition of 10. They're kind of slick and fun. Is there something I'm missing about how they've been created? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Can't tell. Whether they just are like that, or whether they've been. It looks like the sort of meteor showers in the background have been added in, which wouldn't really be there. But other than that, they look reasonably taken as they were. And then you drift from that to big faces over the other side of the room. And then in between that, you've just got like sort of bright, abstract-ish art. It's kind of actually, much like Freeze in that way. That you just can't tell what's going on half the time. And your head is constantly blown from one thing to the next. It's quite hard. I was coming here and wanted something for the house, as it were. What would I get? So sure. Quite nicely drawn. Art Box London. Yeah. It is interesting, but this fair is really set up for people who want to come and buy something. They may know about the artist in it, be interested about the artist within it. They may not. I would say probably they don't. Whereas something like Freeze, I'm guessing a lot of the people who buy are probably guided by art consultants. I enjoy these little pictures here. Guided by art consultants, or know what they're looking for if they're going to spend a huge amount of money. Whereas here, you're really making a purchase based on visuals, which I think is quite nice. It's nicer than making a purchase based on what you feel. Because you're buying it because it's a part of art history, or you're buying it because it fits in somewhere. These are just sort of visual purchases, which is interesting. Does that change the way you look at the art here? Does that change the way the people who place the art here think? Actually, these 1,200. Quite fun little abstracts. Interesting. Quite like these little sort of abstracting pieces here. Floating dichroic glass, 5,000. Interesting. These are actually quite fun. Quite like these mixed media. Pine blue. Is that made out of? It must actually just be made out of pieces of paper laid together. It's quite funky. I like it. Funky because I think it's cool or interesting that they've made the picture out of laying pieces of paper together and created a sense of colour and interest. These are sort of a bit like Picasso, rock kind of thing.
Today. We wanted to let you know that we have some exciting gin aroma masterclasses and gin tastings today, run by our official spirit partner, Silent Pool Gin, upstairs at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. You'll get to sip on their delicious gin and tonic and create your own liquid aroma garnish, which you can take away to spice up your own home bar. Tickets are available at the info desk.
Fun little print, like those little people over there on the wall with their little fans. Quite cool. And like these big prints there of the people Slightly. Quite fun. We've got these records. Down here, which are lots of sort of abstract landscape.
I think we need to be.
Some
I think they need to be here.
wonky on all. What's this? Got some horses. Right, these are the bit. As ever, it's almost time to go on a little break. Abstracted Queen, quite lots of things like that. Just because I like the abstract quality of it. It's very hard not to go around just based on your own taste of what you like to look at, as opposed to what it's sophisticated or not sophisticated art. Look at these things. It's, you pick up on that. It's like it's a Modigliani and a giraffe inside a box. And these are kind of jokes about paintings, aren't they? These kind of jokes about paintings are quite hard to have a something. How much there? 2,700, 1,000. Money to spend for a joke. Well, I suppose maybe it's not just a joke, maybe it's a comment. Painting the whole wall as well. Fun.
Maybe they're not for sale.
Yeah. Right, let's go up here. Let's go and review the food. What have you got? The Acacia Girls. I wonder what they make. Oh, here we go. Stairs to cafe. So we can get coffee. Sandwiches, I guess. Right, well, when you do get up here, it's a really good view. So let's go and get that view of the fair from up here. Nice. So a cool view. Shows you just how big it is actually up here, doesn't it? Very interesting. I wonder how much money changes hands. Up here, strolling around the food area. It's always interesting to see what food areas you get in an art fair. So So, and we've got over here, you've got International Women's Day, which was yesterday. So you've got a little section. It's this section of, yeah, it must be featured artists who are, I'm guessing, who are downstairs in the show. I'm guessing that. It's actually almost easier to see the pieces up here. It gives you a chance to actually appreciate them out of the melee of the fair downstairs. And then over here you've got the botanical collection. Oh, botanical, of course, because this is a gin mixing area, I think. I presume botanicals are in gin, so I guess this is a sort of zone to get that vibe. But you've got a nice view from here, leading down into the world below. And this dude is painting this giant thing. So I reckon the piece that I would take home would be one of those crazy sort of plastic, what was it called? Like ice lolly on a stick, made sort of moulded, made out with pills in it. Just looks fun, entertaining, something you can show to people, chat about. Interesting to think I'm choosing something that would be fun and entertaining to chat about, as opposed to something that would, you know, change the way you see the world. It's a piece of art. Interesting. So there we go, guys. Affordable Art Fair 2023. Lots of fun, lots of things to look at. Always entertaining things to come and find. Always makes me think about paintings. Oh, what does it mean to choose a painting on its looks as opposed to its history? Anyway, so that's why it's fun. Always fun to come here and get a different vibe on everything. So, yeah, I would enjoy it. Come down, see what happens, entertain yourself. And as ever, and don't forget to subscribe to our top 10 for other art reviews and interviews with artists, and of course my other channel, Travel Dog, for fun films about food and travel that make you love the world. As ever, everybody, bye bye. Bye bye. See you soon.